And we are live. This is Darcy, and today I'm going to continue my eye hood lifting challenge. So on this video, I'm going to show you lots of before and afters from my progress. I'm also going to show you a tutorial from all the tools I've been using, and I'm also going to talk about a big sale that's coming up. Actually, it's already happening with the OraLift. And when you see my before and afters, I will mention which kind of results you can get with the OraLift from my before and afters. And we are live, and the way our lives work is I first start with the before and afters, then the tutorial, and at the end we go to the chat. So if you're joining in at any point, make sure you put your comments on the chat, and we're going to hang out at the end. And I always try to go back to the video and do timestamps below, so that way you can jump anywhere in this video if you're watching this as a replay. I'm a little behind on my timestamps, but I will catch up with you guys. It's been a busy week, as I will tell you pretty soon. And if you like this type of videos, my channel is all about aging gracefully and sharing with you guys my journey and inspiring you guys, hopefully, as you guys inspire me to continue this anti-aging journey from home. So that way, if you like this type of videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I post new videos or when I go live. Because actually, guys, I went live a little earlier today because if you follow my channel, my husband has been sick, my son has been sick. Well, I guess what's new, they've been sick for a while. They always get colds. It's not like, it's just a cold, but they keep getting sick. And so they're both home. So if you guys hear a lot of noise, please, I apologize, but it is live. And I really wanted to come back here today and catch up with you guys and show you my results so we can keep going with it on this challenge. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to shoot today, so I will be sharing with you guys, but please don't mind any background noise because my family is home. It is Saturday, and I'm happy to be hanging out with you guys, but this is what's going on. So let me start now with my before and afters from using the tools, which I actually, sorry, it is live. I'm just hearing them talking in the background. I kind of got a little distracted. But basically, let me tell you a little bit about the OraLift sale really quick because it's going on right now and it's really, really cool, guys. And I'm going to show you now before and afters what the OraLift can do for you because I'm so happy I'm back using it. I have used the OraLift by itself before, and I have a whole playlist with tips and my results from last time I used it. And I'll leave that in the description box below if you want to watch all the videos from the OraLift so you can understand more about it. But I just started using it again, and on the before and afters, you'll see the difference that has it made because this is the first time I'm combining the OraLift with other tools, and oh my god, I definitely feel like this really packs a punch. But by itself, the OraLift is like a facelift. It will work for you just using by itself, but this is the first time I'm combining with other tools, so I'm really, really impressed with how much power you can get by using this tool. And right now is 15% off on their website, but if you use my coupon code, you can get extra 10% off on top of the sale for an up to 25% off. So it's a really good deal, guys. So definitely don't want you guys to miss this out. And I also have posted on my community page. So if you guys want to check out the post, I always put sales that goes throughout the years. They have a couple sales throughout the year. So I always mention to you guys, but there's one going on right now. And that's why I wanted to make sure you guys don't miss it if you're interested on the OraLift. But let me now go to my before and afters because I definitely need to talk about this. So I'm going to start with the comparison. Well, sorry, if you're just new to this challenge, I want to tell you the tools that I've been using. I've been using the FOREO BEAR as a microcurrent device. I've been using the OraLift, which I'm going to mention on the before and afters what exactly is doing, and the NIRA laser to help with my hoods tightening, which is definitely tightening. The OraLift is a device you put in your mouth, and it helps shift your actual bone structure to a more youthful face. Also lifts and open your eyes as well by itself, but combining, guys, we will see pretty soon. And the FOREO BEAR, which uses seasonic pulsation and microcurrent to help lift. I'm only doing this on my eye hoods. I'm not doing under eyes. I'm including my forehead, as you see in the tutorial, because lifting the forehead also helps to lift your eyebrows and your hoods. So that's just, if you're new to the challenge, this is the tools that I've been using, but I have included other tools on previous videos with other techniques as well. So make sure you watch the whole playlist on the eye hood lifting challenge so you can see other tools that I always use. But I've been using this more consistent since, as you guys know, my schedule has been crazy. But any microcurrent device will help lift your eye hoods, but combining these tools have been really packing a punch, and you'll see on the before and afters right now. Another thing I wanted to say, guys, is I'll probably do an edited version pretty soon, kind of recapping this whole challenge, telling each week, because one thing that I'm going to show you now in the before and afters is it is a process. When you use any home tools, it is a process. Each week you see some results, and sometimes you see the results are not changing as much because you need to take before and afters. That way you can really see the difference. And sometimes you have to stop, which also happens during this challenge when I had to stop for 2 weeks. And you can keep your results, but obviously you get some setbacks. So I like this challenge because you can kind of follow along and know what you can expect when you're doing your own tools, and hopefully this inspires you to pay more attention to when you use your tools, to take before and afters, because it's really, really important. And this week I actually was looking myself in the mirror. I was like, oh, I didn't look like it changed much. And then I saw the before and after, and definitely there is some improvement, but obviously each week is going to get better, and especially as you get closer to 3 months, that's when you're really going to see the most difference, because everything takes time, especially since you're doing home tools. But just a side note, let's go to the before and after so I can tell you more about what happened this week. So let's start first comparing with last week results. So from last week to this week. And this is from last week. So as you guys can see, and sorry, I took this photo, the after photo last night. I look exhausted. I feel like at this point, I should not even mention I'm exhausted. I think I should mention when I'm not exhausted, because my normal is exhausted. So, but yeah, I look pretty tired. I took this late last night, and I find that at the end of the day is when I actually look less puffy than in the mornings. In the mornings, I'm usually more tired. So I like taking photos like at the end of the day or even the evening, because that's usually when I look, I think, even when I'm tired, less puffed up. So this is compared to last week. So compared to last week, I definitely see, again, more firming, more lifting. But honestly, if I haven't taken this before and after, I probably would not have seen that much of a difference. There is a slight more of a lift, but definitely is a process, and you can definitely see the skin, the results from the NIRA laser, that the skin is definitely getting tighter. The eye hoods are more open, and even though I'm tired, as you guys can kind of see with my eyeballs look tired, I still look more rested, which is interesting because I get that a lot. Like even when I'm exhausted, people say, you look so rested. So that is something too that can happen when you work on your eyelids and eye hoods, because having more of an open eye, even when you're tired, it makes you look more rested, even when you're not. So now let's get to the 7-week results, which I would say 7-week total right now. So that's why I want you to compare. And that now on this next before and after, you really see the real, the results the oral lift is having now. Because look at the shape of my face. I mean, granted, I'm tired, so I look a little more, the face looks exhausted, but I want you to pay attention to the face, the shape of my face. When I started this challenge, my face was more squared. But doesn't mean the oral lift is changing the shape of my face, but is actually returning my face to its original shape, which if you watch my 4-month result of the oral lift, the same thing happened. And I show a photo from 10 years ago that this was actually the shape of my face. So that the oral lift, it does not change your shape face. But this before and after, and that's why I wanted to start with the oral lift sale, because you guys can see really what the oral lift does. And now at 7 weeks, you can really see the most difference in all the shift that is happening on my face from where I started, where my face was more squared out, which is normal. I'll be 46 this year. As we get older, we lose bone density in our faces, we lose fat pads, and we're starting to getting more of a square shaped face, and that is normal. But no device will help to get rid of that square face. You can use microcurrent to help lift things up, but the actual bone structure will not change. The oral lift is the only one that does that. And this before and after can really show you what it does. And I'll continue showing the before and afters as it progress, but I'm so impressed from the 7-week result, how you really see now what really the oral lift is doing. And then the NIRA laser is helping with the tightening of the eyelids, the actual thinning of the skin. If you saw from my before photo, the skin was a lot thinner on my eye hoods. And now compared to the after photo, how much firmer is showing and less crepey. As you can see, that is the results from the NIRA laser, and the actual lift on the hoods is the results from microcurrent. And I'm currently using the Bear, but any microcurrent will help lift your eye hoods if you use the right technique, which I have showed throughout this tutorial. So yeah, and this is like really impressive to me, and that's why I wanted to show you guys. And that is very important to take before and afters, because if you don't take it, you see yourself every day. And like I said, I took this photo last night, and looking in the mirror, I didn't think like there was any difference. I was like, well, I guess I'll just do before and after and show them. And I was surprised that, again, going back, how it did have a difference. Continue my routine. So hopefully this inspires you guys to take photos, because sometimes we look at ourselves in the mirror and we don't really see a difference. I didn't even see a difference. I actually thought I look worse because I just feel tired. But I've got so many people telling me this week that I look rested. And I think I even did a morning routine live this week because I was, to be honest, I didn't even use as like every day as I was using before, because yeah, I sound like a broken record, but my son is a toddler, so he goes to school, he gets sick, he comes home, then my husband gets sick, and I battle getting sick by taking my supplements, and then I don't get sick, thank God, or if I get a little sick, I don't get really bad, thank God, but my husband gets really bad. So now, again, my husband and my son, I know it sounds like a broken record, but I guess it's that type of age that he is. Anyway, so that means I'm not sleeping well, I'm not eating well, I'm not drinking enough water. You can see from my dry lips. I put a little chapstick. Anyway, I'm derailing from the conversation, but basically this week when I did the live, I was exhausted and people said, oh my God, you look great. I was exhausted. So that is something to keep in mind when you work on the eye hoods, because I'm not working on the rest of my face with the microcurrent. I'm only using the OraLift, which actually is helping with the shape of the face and also helping, you know, lift too. And the OraLift does a lot of different things. Watch the videos to get more information about it. But I'm so impressed with the before and after comparing to the whole 7 weeks, which is probably more than 7 weeks because I had a break in between. And even when you take a break with the OraLift, you still continue shifting, because this was created by a dentist and you use inside your mouth. And what it does in a nutshell is create a space in here. And in this space that it creates in your jaw helps not just with face pain, teeth grinding, but also helps to shift your bones back to what they used to be. It's not going to change your face shape. If you didn't have your shape like that, you may not see as much of a difference. If you're a younger person, you may see a difference on prevention. You may see a difference on teeth grinding. So depending on your age, you'll see different results. But by itself, if you see my before and afters from when I use by itself, it will give you a face like an oral, like a dental facelift. And it's created by a dentist. But looking at my before and after from the whole 7 weeks since I started, I'm quite impressed and so happy that I start using again, especially with all the stress I have in my life. I'm a super grinder. I grind during the day, and it was ruining my teeth. You can't see, but I have cracks on my teeth. And I'm hoping that as I continue using the OraLift, it will really save me a lot of dental work, because I am a grinder. And when I stopped for a long time, I was back grinding again. Anything that you use, you have to consistently use. The OraLift is a little different because you use for 4 months and then you stop for 4 months, but you continue seeing your results even when you stop, and that is pretty amazing. But I wanted to start with that since they're having the sale, and also because I personally was pretty impressed, because again, if you don't take a photo, you will not notice, because we look at ourselves in the mirror all the time, and sometimes the changes are subtle. As if you see my video on the OraLift for the 4 months, I took a photo every month, so if you see them side by side, they may not look as dramatic. And I have so many photos on that video, so make sure you watch that whole video or look at the timestamps, because I get a lot of people saying, oh, I don't see a difference. Because when you see all the photos side by side, there's a slightly difference on each month. But if you put first month and last month together, which I also have on the video, but it takes me a long time to get to that part, and I get a lot of people commenting in the beginning, they watch like 5 minutes of the video, I don't see a difference. Because truthfully, if you see all the 4 photos next to each other, there's a slight difference on each day, each month. And then at the end, I think of the video, I show my 10-year photo compare, and I also show like month 1 to the last month, and those are you see the most difference. So make sure you look at the timestamps if you don't want to watch the whole video, because I like showing a lot of before and afters, but I find that if I show too many, people may not like get to the ones that are really dramatic. But either way, if you don't take before and afters, you may not see a change, because we look at ourselves every day, and each person has different stages of aging. But from all the devices that I have reviewed and have used, this is the more unique, because there's nothing that will help shift your face shape to what it was, and that by itself really helps to look more youthful and more rested. And adding to microcurrent, then you can have more control on which muscles you want to lift. Anyway, I definitely wanted to start by giving you an overview because I get a lot of questions about what does this do. And, you know, now that I'm combining them, I want to share with you guys, it is truly making a huge difference on the other areas that I'm not treating. And I just started using another device on the rest of my face, but it's not microcurrent. So it doesn't really lift, but tighten the skin. Anyway, I'll get to that when I do the review next month, but I just started using, I use it like 4 times, and I've been using the OraLift for 7 weeks now. So anyway, let's get to the tutorial now, and at the end, let's go to the chat, and then we can answer all your questions. But I'm pretty excited that I'm able to be here with you guys today. Let me turn my phone off. Oh, my sound off, and let's get started. Let me drink some water because I am thirsty. A little water break. Yeah, I'm excited to do the edited video for you guys of all the photos from every week and talking about all the devices I used. Because as I mentioned before, the most important thing on this series is the combination of modalities. Laser, microcurrent, and again, there's nothing like the OraLift and OraLift. And also there's no laser. The other lasers that I know that do what the NIRA does, especially for this area. And I'm only using the NIRA here, but some people can use, but you can use the NIRA all over your eyes. The most important thing with the NIRA that I always mention is hydrate, 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 which is awesome to use the NIRA before microcurrent, because then you're putting serums, you're putting your gels, and it helps the hydration. But if you don't do that, you may feel dryness because it is a laser. So let's start. Stop yapping because I talk a lot. So then the NIRA laser, I turn it on. I'm still on level 1, by the way, guys. I think I might go to level 2 as I progress, but you don't really need it. As you saw, you can get results with level 1, especially because this area is so delicate. And you do feel like something, but it's not super unbearable pain. But if you go to higher levels, becomes, you know, it hurts. So if you are sensitive to pain, start on level 1 and then see if you need to go level 2. I may not even go on this challenge. Yeah, so you put very flush to your skin, because if you don't, it will not fire. And this is the button that you press to fire. And you go here. And I got some questions this week, which I'm still behind on my comments, but I'm gonna get there, guys. If you need to do all the shots, I think it says 40 shots each eye. I don't really count, to be honest, but I find that sometimes I do end up doing the, what is it called? Yeah, I misfired there. I do end up doing the recommended points, but what I try to do is literally cover the whole area without overlapping the actual points, because each person has different eye space. Sorry, that was my son. So don't feel like you have to really do 40 on each eye. I think you will do 40 if you do the under eye as well as the top. But since I'm only doing the hoods, I don't really count. I just kind of go according to... Yeah, my husband is with my son, so I apologize if he's crying, you know. He's a toddler. I think they're playing video games right now. Yeah, so I just kind of go and cover the area. It's helpful to... the same idea as if you were putting mascara, to have a mirror, so you make sure you're... Yeah, I misfired. Just you flush the skin, and you're pointing towards your bone, not towards your eye. Basically, that's it. That's for the NIRA. So you press to turn it off. And now I'm going to do... Hold on, let me drink a little water. Let me listen to this. Let me just ask my husband if he's okay. Yeah, I think they're okay. So sorry about that, guys. 1 second. 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna ask if it's okay. David, is everything okay? Yeah, he's just being a toddler. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear. He's crying a little bit. So yeah, so let me do now the microcurrent. And, you know, and I might need to check on my son. He seems really upset, but my husband is with him. Sorry, guys. Everybody's home today, but I wanted to be here and continue this series so that way I don't, you know, skip too much, since I had to stop when, you know, the last time. But yeah, I might cut this part out when I post the live. So let me just give me 1 second. I'm going to check on him really quick because he is crying very, very hard. Just 1 second. I'll be right back. David! Is everything okay? Okay. Hold on. I'm just watching. I'm probably going to cut this part. I'm sorry, guys. Let me check a little bit on the chat. Yeah, he's really upset. I think they're playing video game. It didn't seem like he got hurt or anything. I know it sounds really bad, but my husband is with him. Let me check on him really quick, guys. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back. Don't go away. I'll be right back. 1 second. Is he okay? I'm shooting, but sounds like somebody is... I'm back. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, my husband is trying... You know, he's on that age that... let me get my microphone. Well, he's on that age time that, they get big feelings, and he gets really upset, but he's okay. He's just having, a little tantrum, but, we're working through with it, and my husband has him. So let's continue, and then I may cut this part out. Sorry, I really wanted to be able to be on the live today with you guys, but I knew it was going to be a little challenging. That's what I kind of mentioned to you guys in the beginning. So let's get back to the tutorial. I'm going to start with putting the gel, which the one I'm using is the HGR Booster Gel from Medicube, which I love, love, love this, guys. This is my favorite gel because you don't have to wash it off. And I usually put the gel on the areas that I'm going to use, and then I do the tutorial. Okay, so let's do this here. And if you're joining in right now, make sure you comment below if you have any questions or in the chat. And we're going to go to the chat at the end, time permitting. But as I mentioned, my whole family's at home today. My son's a little sick too, so he's just more fussy. And my husband is watching him while I do this with you guys today because I wanted to catch up. And I'm so behind because, my family keeps getting sick. Thank God I'm not. But, it's a little bit of a battle. If you're a mom, you can relate at that age group. They can get sick. Anyway, oops, so now let's start. So I usually do on level 5. But you can do at level 3 if you're starting. I'm enjoying to do first the forehead. And I might do a little more of an abbreviated version of the tutorial. Because I usually basically do 3 moves. I do the forehead to start, just to kind of wake up this area. Because when you lift your forehead, you lift your whole eyebrow and helps lift your eyes. And my favorite moves are the slide, hook, and lift, which you kind of send with your eyebrow. And I do in 3 different areas as I'm sliding. And I find that this one, especially before makeup, if you really need to kind of open up the eye, it's amazing in the mornings as well to do puff. And you can hold for like 5 to 10 seconds in each area, but I just kind of do exactly as I'm showing you. And that's why I've been using the Bear, because it's just so quick that I can kind of, just squeeze in any time of day. I try to do it in the mornings because it really helps to depuff as well because of the 2 sonic pulsations. But I find that if I don't have time, sometimes I can even do it in bed if I'm not too sleepy. And this is the other move I like, just slide under the brow and hold. But I basically do these 2 moves on the eye until the Bear turns off. And I do so basically like 2.5 minutes on each eye. And that's basically the movements I do. And with microcurrent, the current is the thing that goes in between the probes. So it really helps to lift this whole area up. And the 2 sonic pulsations really help to depuff and also lift the muscle because it kind of relaxes the muscle. There you go. And you can see a big punch the moment you do it, but obviously, you know, you see more results as with regular use. So now I'll do the other eye. Tell me on the comments or the chat how you guys doing this weekend. I'm also so excited that you guys are sharing with me your results, letting me know that you're trying these moves for your own with your tools and it's helping you guys, and this series is motivating you. It makes me so happy. So definitely comment below, and I love hearing that because I do my videos with a lot of love, and as I always mention to you guys also motivate me. And I was telling my friend that the other day, if it wasn't for you two, I probably wouldn't be doing anything, because it's so easy to let life happen, you know, a routine, and not do self-care. So I always say that YouTube's like therapy for me, and you guys are like my family, because really I enjoy this community so much, and I love that I inspire you because you inspire me as well. And honestly, you motivate me more than my own family. My husband doesn't really like YouTube so much, you know, because it's the weekend and he gets a little upset, and I don't get the same support there I see on other YouTubers when their family are super about it, and he thinks I'm wasting my time. But I enjoy it, and it's something that it's you know, it's complicated too, relationships, because sometimes people don't really, they're not gonna be as supportive as I am of his work or his things, but it is life. So I appreciate your support, because I found that you guys are more supportive than my own family, honestly. And it keeps me on track, so I hope I keep you on track too, because you guys keep me on track. Because as you guys see through this weekend, you know, through this challenge, I have stopped and I have continued, and that's just how life happens, you know. Like sometimes you start a tool and then you have to stop, and then you go back, and I like that this challenge is inspiring, because that's what happens, you know. We can start something and then we get sick, or we can't do it all the time, or you know, travel, and then you can see what you can expect. Because I feel like a lot of people quit tools because they, you know, they want to see the results really quickly, or they just, you know, stop and they're like, don't want to do it. You know, life happens. I get lazy too. And that's why I always say the best tools are the ones you're going to use. So pick something. That's why I'm reviewing different ones on this series. Right now I'm staying with the Bear, which is one of my favorite devices for being so quick to use. But there are a lot of other amazing microcurrent devices that I have included on this series too. And I will include some more. I'm trying to see if I can get organized to include more on this series, but I'll continue using these tools and sharing my results so you guys can see the progress. And if you're doing the series with me and you have to stop and then you have to continue, then you understand that this is what you can expect. So now, because I'm using this microcurrent gel that doesn't need to be washed, it has great ingredients. This is my favorite. I'm just gonna tap the excess. I usually have a little towel here, but I don't. And I'm gonna go and answer your questions. And let me see. Yeah, let me drink some water really quick. And as I mentioned before, I might. There you go. So yeah, so let me answer some of your questions on the chat. And I also have some like comments that I haven't responded during the week, and I want to include that too. But since I mentioned before, my husband is sick and my son is a little fussy today, so I may not have a super long live today, but I wanted to come in and for sure update you guys on my results. And next week, there's a lot more stuff coming up. I have a lot of stuff I'm going to be talking about. Very exciting tools and things I'm testing. So definitely keep an eye on it for my lives and edited videos, because I want to do a recap of this series too. So let me go into the chat really quick. And then we can, so please make sure you put your questions below, and then I can go answer some of the comments as well that I haven't had a chance to answer. So let's see. Hi, Mina. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. I hope everything is going well. Yes, everything is going well. We're just, you know, my son is on that age that he keeps getting, you know, little viruses here and there at school, and then he comes home and my husband doesn't really take supplements, and his immunity gets down, and then he gets sick, and then I have to kind of, you know how it goes. It's just normal for this age group, and you know, it's just life. But that's, you know, but it's all good. But it, you know, it does make me more tired, and it's harder to shoot sometimes, or you know, so I'm a little behind on things. But that's why I like the lives, because then I can come we can share things, we can talk, and I can do the video for you guys, even if I don't have time to sometimes shoot and edit, which takes a lot of time. But I'm still trying to include a lot of edited content on my channel as well, and some shorts, some variety of things. So I appreciate if you guys, let me know in the comments like what you like more. I love these lives because I love answering your questions and hanging out with you guys. And I find that a lot of times it's really great to be able to hop in, show the tutorials, talk about it, and then answer questions. Then sometimes is to shoot, edit the video, and then I'm behind shooting and behind editing and then posting. But next week I have some great lives coming up and some edited product content too, so make sure you guys keep an eye on it. But it's just life. Hi Sherry, thanks for being here. Thank you so much. It's been such a tough week. I feel like I haven't been sleeping much, but I'm doing good. Thank you. Hi, good to see you, Darciana. Oh, actually, my name is Darcy Anna. I don't know if Keep Moving, did you know my name is Darcy Anna? Because you put Darcy Anns. LOL, happy Saturday. Yes, Darcy Anna is actually my name, but people call me Darcy because it's just easier. But it's actually, my mom is Darcy, my grandma's Anna, and they just put the name together as like one big name. But everybody calls me Darcy because it's just easier. So happy Saturday, keep on moving as well. And I wanted to answer some of the questions too that I had from the week that I was going through. Actually, this week I had the Q&A and I was going through the questions. And then let me see if I can. I had the Q&A this week and I showed some tutorials, but I also showed, let me go here and I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and that way we can go into the comments. Great. So let me go and answer some of the comments that I'm behind, and then I'll jump into this chat and give some time for you guys to ask more questions on the chat and also answer some of the comments from the week that also have great questions that you guys ask, and I'm going to be in and out. So if you guys can ask your questions on the chat, I'll be going in and out of the chat and answering some questions from the comments as well. That way give some more time for you to guys ask more questions if you have any. So Sierra said, on my eye hood lifting week 1, oh, I have the NIRA also in FOREO I just got. I have always had hooded eyes. They're just not as puffy now that I'm getting older. Your skin looks amazing and I want to do this way too at home. Wonderful, Sierra. Thank you so much. Yes, definitely continue doing the series and keep me posted on your results. Now she's commenting on my 5 FOREO Bear hacks, which is a great video too for you guys. Make sure you check that out as well. I've been using my mini for a few weeks. I was surprised to see some definition already. New sub, you make everything easy to understand. I still need to learn all the options of the mini. Thank you so much, Sierra. I have a lot of tutorials on the FOREO Bear and the mini, so I will answer you, but if you're watching this as a replay, make sure you check out my other tutorials too, because I also have other tutorials with the mini. The mini and the FOREO Bear, the mini is the smaller version of the regular size bear, which I have the photo in the thumbnail there. And I do use the FOREO Bear regular size for my whole face, guys, but you can totally use the mini as well because it is smaller for the eye area. So now Pink said, yeah, she mentioned about that this is actually a really good tip too for you guys. You need to use something for microcurrent because it has salt. I think it was a little misspelling, not misspelling, but typo. I do that when I type too. I forget, put some words. But I think the gist of what she's trying to say is that it's also good to put some salt or definitely minerals to be conductive. That is actually a great tip. If you're using conductivity gel, you can add a pinch of salt to your gel. Or she says a tablespoon to a half a cup of gel. So that is her suggestion, which is a great suggestion. Thank you for suggesting that. I've heard that actually is really good to help conductivity. And she talked about some conductivity gels that have gold because gold's inconductive, and other minerals are conductive. Did I mention that too? To use, if you use water spray on when you're doing your microcurrent, which I talk about on the tips, to make sure you use like smart water or mineral water and not tap water, because that way you're actually helping with conductivity. And also, if you use just regular water, you're inserting everything you put on your face when you do microcurrent gets pushed deeper. So she said, do not use distilled water and make sure you have things with minerals, which is a great suggestion, which I talk about it in the video as well. But that is a great Pink Girl, Susie. Thank you for your comments and suggestions. That's a really good tip. So here, Lily Foreman, thank you so much for sharing, Darcy. I'm sorry to hear family isn't doing well. Hope they feel better soon. Thank you so much. Moms always get the short end of the stick in the situation. I really appreciate your videos and the tips and tricks you share. I've done some of the bear moves you shared and they work brilliantly for me. Thank you so much, Lily. Again, it makes me so happy when you guys tell me that, you know, things are working for you, that I'm inspiring you, and that I'm motivating you guys to keep going. So thank you so much. And definitely, yes, being a mom, you know, you always have to take care of the family, and that's all good. And, you know, I love my family, and there's weeks and weeks, and this was one of those weeks. I'm going to answer a couple more, and then I'm going to jump into the chat. Alexis Beaton, 5416. As always, you make the best videos and you make my life easier. Thank you. Loving the bear hacks. It is my favorite part of the day. I do the treatment in the morning too. Oh, wonderful. And all those comments are from my live morning routine Q&A that I did this week. I had more tips. I'm actually also talking about it on that video. And I'll put in the description box below if you want to watch that next. I also show like the things I'm using for my body, the things I'm taking internally. So definitely check out that video if you guys want to see my current morning routine. So thank you so much, Alexis. Claudia Glows, she's also a YouTuber. Make sure to check out her channel. I love her so much. She's a great friend and amazing channel with great tips for anti-aging as well. So check her out. I'm sorry I missed this live, but I'm enjoying watching it now. Thank you so much, Claudia. I love you so much. You're amazing. Okay, I'll answer a couple more and then I'm going to jump into the chat. I'm just going to answer one more and then I'm going to jump into the chat, okay? Hi, Darcy, it's Michelle. I'm getting the NIRA next week. Wonderful. I've been watching so many people's videos. Do you count the beeps or just use each area as many times as it covers the area? Love your chatness. Thank you, Michelle. I love your comments. I actually talk about it on this video, but I'll answer again. Since I'm only doing the hoods, I don't really do the counting. NIRA suggests, I think, 40 shots per eye or something. I can't remember right now. I never really counted, to be honest, guys, but I find that sometimes I actually end up doing that if I was doing the whole eye area, and it beeps differently when you finish the correct count. But right now I'm using just on the eye hood, so I'm honestly just doing on the areas that I need, and I'm not really counting. So hopefully I answered that question. I'm going to hop into the chat a little bit, and I'll continue from this part down to answer some of the questions. I love answering your questions in the comments, guys, and hopefully you guys just like this format because I find that a lot of the questions are so good to share with you guys, but I'm also going to go in and answer them. But I want to answer on the live video as well because I find that it's really cool to be able to share some of these answers with you guys because you might have the same questions also. So I'm going to start doing this throughout the week, answer some of the comments on the video as well as doing the lives and chatting because I feel like we can all learn from each other. Like that comment was amazing about adding a pinch of salt to the gel, which actually increases the conductivity, and you can do that to the I mentioned you can use my god, brain fog. For the zip you can also use regular, oh my god, I'll get to there, I forgot. Anyway, if you're trying to find an alternative for the zip gel, you can use, my god, I literally forgot the word. If you guys know that word, is that I forgot, not glycerin. Jeez, glycerin. If you use glycerin for the zip, you can also do a pinch of salt. That really helps to increase conductivity. But glycerin you can use with zip, but sometimes glycerin doesn't work with all microcurrent devices, by the way. But adding a pinch of salt can help too. So anyway, just a side note, let me go into the chat a little bit, and then I'll go back to the questions, and we can get going. So let's see. Sherry, are you still reviewing the new Medicube tool? Yes. I'm going to use it. It's on my desk right now. I used it last night. I use not every day. I use about 2 to 3 times a week. So far, I've used it 4 times. Yeah, so about 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, so I used 4 times so far. And I'm going to be reviewing that one, Sherry, next month. So when I complete my 30 days, I will do, show my before and after. I even did before and after video, which I want to see also compare next to each other. I have photos and before and after video. As you guys know, I like to be very, very thorough with my reviews and show you guys which kind of results you can expect because I'm not using anything else on the rest of my face. I'm only using the microcurrent on my eye area. I'm not using any other microcurrent, so I'm only using the Medicube Ulcera on my face and neck. And honestly, guys, It's really helping even with the contour of my face and the quality. If you guys can see, I feel like my face looks brighter and glowy. And even the pores. I'm not using the other Medicube devices right now. I'm only using doTERRA because when I do reviews, as you guys know, I try to just use that tool that I'm reviewing so you guys can see what to expect. But I'm quite excited to down the line do a Medicube challenge and see how you can combine them together, because I kind of misuse the other tools because I just like it. The other tools as well are very, very advanced, which I have full reviews on my channel, but I'm really impressed with doTERRA so far. But I will have a full review next month for sure. I'm keeping track of my results and using about twice a week, which I love. That is so easy to use, only twice a week, about 7 minutes. And I developed some techniques for that one too, because what I don't like about doTERRA so far is that their tutorial on the Medicube side is not very user-friendly. I had a little hard time understanding how to use it, but now that I use 4 times, I kind of got the hang of it. And on the review that I'll do for doTERRA, I'll include the forehead, which on the Medicube side, they say you can use on the forehead, but they don't show a tutorial for the forehead. So I'm using on the forehead. You do not use on the eye area. You stop at the cheekbone here. So anyway, yes. So come back next month, Sherry. I will have a full review, full explanation of the technology, which is a new technology I never used. It doesn't use radio frequency. The doTERRA uses high frequency and ultrasound, which is really interesting, the combination of those two tools. And you don't use it every day. You use about 2 to 3 times a week. So yeah, keep an eye on my channel for that. It will be next month with lots of before and after, even video before and after. And as you guys have been watching this series, I've noticed a difference from when I started, like even using 4 times. Okay, my face feels more plump. Even my cheeks feel more plumped, and actually helps with the collagen. And another thing I've noticed is that I did a zip video, which helps to really show. I used a tutorial called Filter Finish that really smooths out the fine lines like instantly. And on that video, I showed the before and after from the instant results and the next day results. I'm not using the zip now since I'm only using that one. I feel very similar on the plumping on the fine lines that I did with the zip Filter Finish. Like it really plumps the fine lines a lot. I'm finding them like really disappearing. I'm very, very impressed, but come back next month so you can really see the before and afters and the results, and I talk more about the technology for sure. I have my new face. I hope it works as well as your FOREO. You can use a new face as well. I have used a new face even from the first new face that came out. Like I've used a new face when it was a 9-volt battery, and I still have the new face. I haven't used it, and I mentioned to you guys because the new face uses a different type of current, uses galvanic current, so you will get a lift. The only thing I don't like about the new face is that I find that the lift doesn't stay as long as with the Bear. And I mentioned that many times before because I used the new face the first time I got pregnant. I mean, you stop when you're pregnant. I stopped when I got pregnant, and then sorry, my son is running, so it's a little noisy. So I used the new face right before my pregnancy and my first pregnancy, and then I stopped. In 2 weeks, everything, like all my results that I was using for like a year. It gave me great results, but I didn't like it that the results didn't last. Like in 2 weeks, my whole face looked so saggy. Like, I mean, not saggy because I was not, I'm not, don't have extreme sagginess, but you know what I mean. Like the lift was gone within 2 weeks. That's the only thing I didn't like about the new face. And when I used the FOREO Bear for the second pregnancy, because I had a miscarriage, and long story, but on the second time I got pregnant, I was using the Bear, and also at the time when I got sick, I had to stop the Bear for 2 months, and my lift was still there. So I find that the lift stays longer because it uses a different type of current than the new face. The new face is galvanic current. This is used a different type of microcurrent that actually is different than other microcurrents in the market too, and also T-sonic pulsation. But that doesn't mean you need to run and get the Bear. I'm just mentioning to you that you can definitely use the same techniques, but I find that the lift will be there, but that's the only differences that I can just tell you. But yeah, you can definitely use a new face for the same techniques. And if you have the new face, which I do have it, I will definitely mention new face in the future for you guys. I don't have anything against it. It's just that there's a couple things about the new face that, the lift didn't last, and some other stuff. But I may use in another, when I do my ranking on my microcurrent devices, I will show some techniques too with the new face, because they have, the new face has a different attachments. I'm not sure if you have the new face mini or the other one, the my God, I forgot. It's been so long. But I had the first one too that came out. And it has an attachment that you can actually hold, like the two probes are very tiny. That one works really good for the eye hood lifting as well. But definitely, you can use the same techniques with the new face. So I hope I answered your question. So I was a little long-winded. Keep it moving. Hi, Mina. I use a new face mini following the Darcy challenge anymore. Oh, there we go. There we go. Thanks for answering. Keep it moving. Yes, Mina, you can use the same. And then on this challenge, I actually use a lot of different microcurrent tools because, as I said before, any microcurrent tool will give you a facelift if you use the correct technique. But if your microcurrent tool looks like this with the two probes like this, you can use the same moves that I'm doing with any microcurrent tool that has this similar shape. But I also have, if you don't have the bear or you don't have the new face and you have the zip, I show the techniques with the zip and I show the techniques with my Olive Mini, and I'm actually going to show with the QT as well. And I even use the Ladora Velvet Pro 2, which is a smaller device that has microcurrent. So I use of different tools on this challenge because that way anybody can do this with me with the tools they have at home. And if they decide, they want to try a different tool, they at least can see the tutorial and see the type of results and then make the best decision for you. But the best tool is the one you're going to use. So definitely, thanks for answering her question. Yeah, you can definitely use that for sure. I'm going to have a little water. There really isn't anything, Sherry said, there really isn't anything I use for lifting my eyes that really works. My age is 63, so there's not much I can do except surgery. Sherry, we talked about that you have the OraLift. Honestly, I know that obviously everybody has different stages of aging, especially for the eye area. As I mentioned before, this, as we get older, gets so thin and it becomes a lot more crepey. And that's why I find that as we get older, that is my true, honest, opinion. Obviously, you're not going to get the same face lifting that you would get from a doctor, but you can get a lot of improvement if you combine tools. So for you, Sherry, I definitely, no judgment if you decide to get surgery. I feel like people have to do whatever makes them happy. But definitely before, I've read that before when I read. Another esthetician actually mentioned, she did get, there's an esthetician that I follow on YouTube, Christine Bayer. She's great. She got surgery on her neck. She got a lot of heat for it, but she said herself, like sometimes, people may want to get surgery, but even though you decide to get surgery, if you use these tools, it will help, even if you decide to get surgery to have, be cheaper because you have less things to do. So first, Sherry, try to, really use the tools you have. Definitely the OraLift, Sherry, which I know you do have. And I know you have the zip, and use that. And if you can, I find that if you're older, for the crepiness here, and let me show you now, I don't know if you were here, Sherry, when I showed the before and after for my already seeing more of the firming from the NIRA. The NIRA will really help with the crepiness and help this skin to thicken. And honestly, if you use microcurrent, OraLift, and the NIRA, you will see some pretty amazing results, but give it 3 months and then make a decision if you really need surgery. And by then, you will see the progress. Obviously, it's going to take a lot longer because you have a lot more thinning of the hoods. But let me show you really quick. So compared to the 7 weeks, Sherry, so that way you know what I'm talking about. So you can see on my hoods, there was a lot more crepiness, especially towards my, in the beginning of, hold on. When I showed the before and after, Sherry, pay attention to this area here. This area in particular here, from my before and afters, is so much more thickened, and it was a lot more crepey. So let me go back to the photo so I can see. If you can see that, there's a lot more crepiness. Obviously, I'm 45. The collagen that we have is different as if we were 63. But you can see already what the NIRA did. It's helping that crepiness. It's helping that skin to get thicker and firmer. And then that combining with the OraLift, which also helps to shift the bones, which as 63, you're going to have a lot of bone loss as well. And if you don't have the bear, you can do the zip and the microcurrent to help to lift the muscles. You can get amazing results. Obviously, you're going to have to invest the time, but I think it's worth it, especially if if something that bothers you, definitely try. And I find that it's part of self-care. So let me know which device you have again. I know you have the zip. You can definitely do the zip for the eyes as well. I think I did week 2 of the zip. And then use that for the eye hoods. And I know you have the OraLift. Use it, Sherry. 4 months, stop 4 months and use it again. This is something people have to use for a lifetime, is a lifestyle. And it works. And it will really shift everything up. As you saw my photo, I don't know if you saw that from the beginning. Look at my face. It was so much more square. You can see the shift now, how my face is a lot more triangle shaped, which is what the OraLift does. There's no tool that will do that. And you have the OraLift, Sherry, so make sure you use it. And trust me, give it time, give it 4 months. Obviously, 63, it'll take a little longer, but you will be surprised that you can get pretty good results with consistent. And consistent pays off, especially if you don't want to resort to surgery, there's downtime. Try this first and then see where you are in 4 months. You may still want to get surgery, but it'll be a lot less. Honestly, it will be a lot less thinning, and you will see a lot of improvement. And I also say something really important. My channel and my, philosophy, and I'm not striving to look 25, but I want to look the best at any age. And I know that even if you are really self-conscious about your eye, you can still look pretty good for 63. Look the best version of yourself and have the lift that will make you happy, that will make you feel more rested. Like you guys can see, like my face looks so much more rested. So the eye is truly the window of the soul, and putting some time on just this area makes a huge difference. But definitely, Sherry, try the tools that you have, combine them, because as we get older, guys, we do need to bring the big guns and combine them. That is unfortunately the truth. When I was in my late 20s, just microcurrent did the job. If you're younger, just microcurrent will do the job. Will lift your face because you will not have anything loose. You have all your collagen. But as we get older, which I have a video talking about the loss of collagen, make sure you guys check that out. Because taking supplements too, like collagen supplements internally, because we do lose 30% of collagen, boom, as we hit menopause. I'm already premenopausal, so I definitely feel my skin has a lot more sagginess, and combining these tools have made a difference now that I'm older. But when I was younger, microcurrent did the trick. I didn't need anything else. And you still see results if you're older and just have microcurrent. But if you're not seeing the results you want, you may want to combine things, because even if you, sorry, I'm kind of going on a tangent a little bit, but even if somebody decides to do a surgery, they may not, even if somebody decides to make a surgery, sorry, sometimes I speak fast, they may end up having to combine different techniques too. They may just have to, not the eye, but they might have to do something here, or they may have to, some surgeons combine it with Botox, some combine it with different techniques. So everything, as we get older, may need to be combined. There's not like one thing that will fix everything. So I find that combining tools, it definitely packs a bigger punch if you're not seeing results with just microcurrent. So definitely, let me know if, and you're always here every week, Sherry, so I really appreciate your questions. Keep me posted and let me know if I can help you, give me more techniques, give me more suggestions, because I love your questions. And I know my mom is my mom's going to be 70 this year, and she does microcurrent on and off. Every time I send her tools, she uses, but she can be, when she's consistent, she looks great, honestly. And then she stops, which is totally normal. So with tools, you just have to be consistent. But I know, as we get older, things need more maintenance, and I'm finding that too. As we get older, there's just no options. Sherry, I hope I answer your questions. Yes, as we get older, you need to do more to get, I'm finding that too, as I mentioned. Before, microcurrent did the trick for me. I didn't need anything else. And I never did Botox or fillers. And I found microcurrent, especially doing younger, really helps to keep up. But many times in my life, I didn't do anything. And if you watch my channel, I had ups and downs that I didn't do anything. And then I go back. And as I mentioned, my channel keep me on track. Because if it wasn't for my channel, if I didn't have to do reviews, I probably would be falling off the wagon and not doing things, because life gets busy, and that's why I like being here and being here with you guys. I hope I'm motivating you and giving you suggestions of things you can do, because there are options. It just kind of requires a little more work, and I'm right there with you. I'm using the NIRA too. Definitely, Sherry, use the NIRA. The NIRA, it takes really 3 months to really see results, because it takes 3 months to build the collagen. But I'm already, week 7. Probably week 7. I did stop, remember, guys? That's why I'm going to do a recap. I'm going to look at all my videos and kind of do a recap of where I am. But basically, it's really week 7 of doing the tools, but I did stop here and there, as if you follow this series. But definitely now you can see a lot more firming. So it takes time. Nothing is instant. It does take time. But once you get those results, then you can keep them. It's not like you're going to have to keep, a year to get results. In 3 months, you should see some pretty significant firming, and then you keep using, it's going to get better, but it takes 3 months to build collagen. So keep that in mind, and that's why this series is great for you guys to see the progress and see that we have to be patient. And I know sometimes it's hard to be patient, but yeah. And then Sherry said, I have a lot of loose skin. Believe me, I understand. My mom has a lot too. She's not using the NIRA, but I understand, because even me, I'll go back to my photo. Even me, I'm, 45. You can see from the before and after how crepiness was there. And again, that is the thinning of the skin, the losing of the skin. But as you get older and you don't do microcurrent, or you don't do anything to help the collagen, it's just going to get more and more crepey. But that doesn't mean it's like, irreversible. Do the tools that you have and see which kind of results you can get. And again, if that point you decide that you need to do, I had a lot of older friends that did it, and they do remove some of the skin here. You do get a little bit of a scar, I think, here. I had a friend that did it, like she's a lot older. So you may want to resort to that, but either way, by having the muscles tighten, this in with more collagen, you will have a lot less problems recovering or actually keeping up the results. Because guys, even plastic surgery, people have to redo it again. So the tools will help to, if you decide to do surgery, to keep up the results and help to have less loose skin to take off. So trust me, do the 4 months, see where you're at, and then, make the decision for yourself, because definitely is something that is personal to everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's important to do things that make us feel good, makes us feel happy, and I personally like doing tools. I find that it's like my happy time, and my happy time with you guys as well. So thank you, Sherry, for sharing your journey, and continue sharing your journey, and let me know how you're feeling with the tools, and and always ask questions. I love your questions, and I love that you're here and sharing your journey with us. Keep it moving. This is prevention for me. For once, I needed a plan to get a mini facelift, and okay, sorry, sometimes I read it too fast. That's why I like putting the question underneath. Keep it moving says, this is prevention for me, but once needed, I plan to get a mini facelift and eyelid surgery. Again, everybody has their journey and what they want to do, and it's great to have prevention. Prevention is the key. And again, as I mentioned to Sherry, even if you decide to do a facelift, you still need to upkeep. So having tools will help to keep results or have less of, aging on your face, because it does, especially the tools right now. Like, I'm so impressed with Sarah. Like, I might title that video, like, is this the fountain of youth? Because seriously, like, I use it 4 times, guys. And I feel like my face is so plumped. Like, even here on other videos, you can see I have a little bit of a sunken here. It's filled up already. So, yeah. But I'll show the 30-day results. I don't want to, jump the gun. I like showing the 30 days once I get there. Yes, but your lids have a lot more space. Yes, for sure. I'm 45. You can't compare 45 to 63, but definitely it keeps up. But definitely using, again, every person will have different results, at different stages of aging, but you'll definitely see some improvement. And that's what I'm trying to say. It will be some improvement, but then you're going to have to ask yourself if it is enough improvement for you. But stick with it and then see where you are in 3 to 4 months, and then see how you feel. And even if you decide to do surgery, as I mentioned before, using these tools will help to have a better result from your surgery and keep up the results. Because again, even surgery, you need to do upkeep. So yeah, because I know loose skin is very complicated when you have too much of it, but definitely the NIRA will tighten it up. But see if the tightening up for you, Anything for bags under the eyes. I'll probably do a video about that, because bags under the eyes, there's different things. It can be, loss of collagen. It can also be, actual fat, that gets here. It can be different thing, hereditary. So I'm going to do more research on that, Sherry, because I get questions about that. I don't want to just answer one thing. But what I noticed, like on me, for me, my bags under my eyes when I had them, it was from loose skin and from also losing the fat pads. Now, as you guys can see, if you compare to my other videos, it's a lot more filled up. And that was from, I find that radio frequency, not under the eye, but either radio frequency or the Sarah, I find that plumping this up really helps to smoothen them out. So if you can clarify, Sherry, if the bags under your eyes are puffy or they sunken, because there's a difference. So I will probably address that in a dedicated video, but if you want to answer and I have time to get to the chat, I'll answer your question. But if your bags under the eyes is because is sunken, you know, from the loss of collagen and loss of the bone and fat pads, then definitely radio frequency not underneath the eye, but until the brow bone will help to replace that collagen loss. And the ulcera, so far, I've noticed, if you see from my other videos, especially when I turn sideways, you can see more how it's almost gone now. And it was very sunk in. And I'm also taking collagen internally, which I mentioned on the my other video that I did the other day, and I'm noticing definitely helps. Obviously, it's not going to fill up the under eye. I'm not doing fillers. But also, I think a combination of things could help. But if your bags are a sunken look, is because of the bones and the fat pads and the loss of collagen causes this dip here, which I had it too, but it's almost gone now, which I've been using. I'm not doing microcurrent, but I've been using the ulcera. But radio frequency helps as well to plump, if it is from the sunken look. So then, but I'll definitely let me know, you know, which type of bags that you have, and I'll address in a future video. Yes, I just started taking collagen. Collagen is very important, Sherry, for us women, especially as we get to menopause, to not just for our faces, but also for our hair, nails, and bones. So collagen is really important, helps your other tools work better too, so it's very, very good to do it. Hi, Forever Life is great. Good to see you. Sherry, I just can't wear makeup on my eyes. It looks awful. I hear you. I'm noticing since I started this series, I'm enjoying more because even though mine is not that bad at all, it was getting crepey. And I found whenever I put my, you know, eyeshadow, it just made it look older and more crepey. So I'm right there with you, Sherry, and I'm finding that I'm enjoying more makeup now because of this series. Because yes, it's such a huge difference just for the eyes. I'm getting a lot more makeup space. I already have hooded eyes in general from the shape of my eyes, but as I age, as they get more hooded from the aging, it becomes almost impossible to wear makeup. Like when I put makeup on, I work on my makeup, which I love doing. It's so much fun. But then people cannot even notice. But then lately, people have been noticing my makeup because they have more lid space. Yeah, so I'm right there with you. I understand. Oh, I honestly love you too, Sherry. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Thanks for being here, and you have amazing questions that I'm sure other people have. So thanks for always, you know, brightening our chat and asking great questions. And thanks for the love. I appreciate it. Forever Life is great. Microcurrent has helped remove the fine lines. Microcurrent has helped remove the fine lines. Taking collagen daily, along with facial massage and a little bit of gua sha. Today I bought the LED light for the lips. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll show you guys here because I think I might have it here. The before and after. A sneak peek. I will have a dedicated video on it too. But I'm going to show you a sneak peek really quick. So since you got the lips, I'm going to show you a sneak peek because I'm going to have a full dedicated video. Hold on, my son is coming. David, are you guys heading out? Sorry, my son just knocked the door. So let's see. I don't know if he's coming here. And then I'm going to show you the before and after. Let me show you the before and after here while he comes. And then he's getting settled. Yeah, my love. Are you guys heading out?
Mommy.
That's the before and after from using the lip LED for 8 weeks. Hold on. Let me come here. And then I'm going to show you my son. Let me see. My son is here really quick.
Hi, my son.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say, what's your name?
My name's Sasha.
How old are you?
4.
Okay. Say, manda beijo, manda beijo.
Manda beijo.
Manda beijo com a mão. Where's Daddy?
I don't know.
You don't know where's Daddy?
The,
Okay, 1 second.
what are you?
I'm doing a live. I'm just talking to my friends.
Why are you talking to your friend?
Okay, just 1 second. David! David! Where did Daddy go?
David!
Shh, sorry, guys. Okay, hold on a second. Don't go anywhere, guys. I will come back. I'm just going to see where my husband is because he's watching him. But I might have to end up the chat soon if my husband has to rest because he has not been feeling well. But my love, can you go check on Daddy? I'll be right there.
No.
Where is Daddy, my love?
I don't know. He's late. He's taking a rest.
Oh, he's taking a nap? Okay, so why don't you sit here with me? We can finish this chat together. I'm just going to answer a couple more questions. I think my husband went to lay down. He's not feeling so good, guys. So I'm going to answer this question really quick, and my son will be here with me for a minute, and then we're going to reconvene for next week because, as I mentioned before, you know, I'm home with everybody today. So if you do want to sit here with me for a minute, okay, he's going to sit here with me. I'm going to answer some chat questions, and then you got to be... Okay, we got to be quiet, okay?
Can I talk to them?
just let me answer one question and then I'll let you talk to
Okay.
them, okay? Really quick. Let me just answer this one. I'm going to show you the before and after really quick, but I'm going to have a dedicated video too, guys. But I want to show you this before and after because it was really impressive to me. And I mentioned this on my other LED video, that it really helped plump. And I, as I mentioned, I'm not drinking any water, so I'm not putting any, oh, baby, don't kick it. Okay. I'm not putting any, I'm showing this before and after without any lip balm or anything, and I'm not drinking any water. So it does help with hydration, but it did really plump my fine lines on my lips, even though I'm not drinking enough water and not eating well. You guys can see this is the 8-week results, but I actually feel like it looks better now, even though I'm not drinking water. So just as a quick sneak peek, but I'll have a dedicated video on that as well. So yes, so let me know how you feel, but using it, but it definitely works. So keep using it for Life's Great, and it definitely works. So let me see here. I'm gonna answer a couple more questions, and I'm gonna have to go, guys, because my husband. No, don't bite my love.
Mommy, can I talk to them?
Okay, let me see one more question. Let me see.
And then I could talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
My love, don't bite.
I'm sorry.
Okay. There's so many questions, guys. I would love to answer all of them, but I think it's gonna be a little harder with my son here. Filho, don't bite this, my love. That's not for babies, not to bite. So let's talk a little bit. What do you want to say? Let's talk to them a little bit, and then Mom is gonna go with you. Because I think my husband went out to lay down.
I think.
What do you want to say? Let me put it.
I'm a little shy.
You're what? You're a little shy? Hold on. Let me take your backpack.
No, I'm a little shy, Mommy.
What?
I'm a little shy, Mom.
You're a little shy? What?
Okay.
Say so. What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
I will say something.
How you feeling today, Sasha?
Good.
Okay. So do you want to go in the kitchen a little bit and Mom is going to come? I'm just going to say bye-bye to everybody and then we're going to play, okay?
I will say bye-bye.
Do you want to say bye-bye? Say bye. Manda beijo, manda beijo. Look at that camera right there.
Bye.
Bye. And
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm come get you, okay? I'll see you soon. I'll be right there. Guys, since my husband is not feeling well today, I'm gonna have to cut the chat short, but I will definitely come back next week, guys. So come back, and if you have any questions that I haven't answered, please make sure to put in the comments below, and I'll come back and answer for you guys. And I'm gonna do a recap of this as well as a, as a dedicated video. That way we can kind of recap the highlights of the series in case you want to go back to a specific week. But the most important thing to learn from this series is to keep doing and keep, improving. And in taking before and afters is really important, as you guys are seeing on this series. And I love you guys so much. I really wanted to answer more of your questions, but my husband is not feeling well, so I gotta go take care of my son, which he's doing better, but he's also a little sniffles. So thank you so much. Hold on. Yes, I'm coming, my love. Okay, I gotta go, guys. I love you so much. I hope you're healthy and safe and have a wonderful weekend. It was so nice to hang out with you guys. And if I didn't answer any of your questions, make sure you put in the comments below and I'll come back later and answer them, or I will answer them on a live video next week as well. So make sure to come back. And if this video was helpful to you, please make sure to give me a like. It really helps my channel. YouTube really doesn't like suggesting my videos. So when you do a like, it helps them suggest my videos to other people. And make sure to subscribe to my channel, and so you can get notified when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. I hope you're healthy and safe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.